Aquatic ecosystems such as ocean, river, lake, and mangrove are important habitat for many living organisms. These ecosystems provide food, maintain biodiversity, and support human activity such as fishing and tourism. However, aquatic ecosystems are increasingly treated by human activities, especially plastic pollution. Large amounts of plastic waste are being dumped into river and sea every day, causing serious harm to aquatic organisms and the environment. Plastic pollution has become one of the major environmental issues affecting aquatic ecosystems worldwide, including in Malaysia.
First, we look at the importance of aquatic ecosystem. We will focus on three aspects which are organism, human and the environment. For organism, aquatic ecosystems are very important because they provide habitat for a wide variety of species such as fish, aquatic plant and microorganisms. This ecosystem support high biodiversity, meaning many different species can live and interact in the same environment. In addition, aquatic ecosystem act as a food source through the food chain, starting from small organisms like plankton up to the larger animals. They also function as a breeding and nursery area, especially for fish and other aquatic life, which can help to maintain the ecological balance. Next, for human, aquatic ecosystem play an important role in our daily life. They provide a major source of food such as fish and seafood which are rich in nutrients. Besides that, they support economic activity like fishing, aquaculture and tourism which can generate income and job opportunities. Aquatic ecosystem also can supply clean water that is important for drinking, agriculture and daily use. Furthermore, they can generate energy through hydropower, making them important for sustainable development. At the same time, they offer recreational activities such as swimming, boating and diving. Lastly, for the environment, aquatic ecosystem help to regulate the Earth's climate by absorbing heat and carbon dioxide, especially in ocean. They also act as a neutral water filter by removing pollutants and improving water quality. In addition, ecosystems like wetland and mangrove can reduce flooding and protect coastal area from erosion. Aquatic ecosystem also support nutrient cycling, which is important for maintaining ecosystem productivity. Finally, they contribute to oxygen production, mainly through phytoplankton, which is important for all living organisms.
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Shakina binti Abdul Hamid, and right now I will be presenting on one of Malaysia's most pressing environmental challenges, which is plastic pollution in our aquatic ecosystems. This issue is urgent because it is affect ecosystems, organisms and humans, and it is closely connected to the impact of climate change. Plastic pollution happens when plastic waste such as bottles, bags and fishing nets accumulates in rivers, coastal zones and the ocean. Unlike organic materials, plastic do not biodegrade. Instead, they break down into smaller fragments called microplastics, which remain in the environment for a very long time. In simple terms, plastic pollution is the contamination of aquatic ecosystems by plastic that persists and spread. In Malaysia, rivers like the Klang River and Penang River carry plastic waste into the Straits of Malacca and the South China Sea, turning our water into reservoirs of long-lasting contaminants. This is a problem because it harms ecosystem, endangers organisms, and affects humans. It reduces biodiversity, contaminates food and water, and weakens the natural balance that communities depend on.
Next, I'm going to talk about the cause of plastic. First, one of the main causes is human activities. Many people still dispose of plastic waste improperly into river, drain, and sea. During heavy rain, the plastic is carried into waterways and eventually pollutes the ocean. Second, there are economic factors. Plastic products are cheap, lightweight, and convenient, so business and consumer use them every day, especially for food packaging and shopping. Third, we have the low public awareness. Some communities are still unaware of the long-term effect of plastic pollution on aquatic ecosystem, marine life, and even human health through microplastic in the food chain. Lastly, we have the poor waste management system, also contribute to this issue. Some areas still lack properly recycling facilities and efficient waste collection services, causing plastic waste to accumulate in the environment. An example in Malaysia, is the Sungai Klang, where large amounts of plastic waste are often found floating in the river due to urban activities and improper waste disposal.
Next, the effect of plastic. First, let's look at the ecosystem, which is the toxic chemical leaching. As larger plastic debris break down into our river, it releases harmful chemical additives. This leaching process is dangerous because it alters the natural water chemistry of the entire river ecosystem. Next, we see the impact on organisms, which is the ingestion risk. Marine and aquatic wildlife frequently mistake plastic pieces for food. When these animals ingest the plastic, it leads to severe internal blockage, malnutrition, and eventually starvation. Finally, there is a direct threat to humans, which is drinking water contamination. Because rivers in Malaysia are our primary sources of raw water, the presence of microplastic and leach chemicals threaten the safety and purity of our residential drinking water. Ultimately, this leads to negative effects on human health.
Next, for the real-life example, Penang was chosen as the location for this issue because it is a coastal state with active tourism and fishing activities. Areas such as Batu Ferringhi Beach attract many tourists every year. However, tourism activities and improper waste disposal have contributed to plastic pollution in the area. As shown in this picture, plastic waste such as bottles, food wrappers, and plastic bags can be found along beaches and coastal waters in Penang. This pollution can threaten marine organisms and affect the cleanliness of the aquatic ecosystem and coastal environment.
There are several solutions that can be implemented by the individuals, communities, and the government to reduce plastic pollution. First, the individuals, where they can help reduce plastic pollution by using reusable products, recycling waste, and avoiding single-use plastic, such as plastic bags, bottles, and straws. Proper waste disposal can prevent plastic from entering rivers and oceans, which may harm marine organisms through ingestions or entanglement. Second is the community, where the communities can organize beach and river cleanup programs, recycling campaigns, and environmental awareness activities to educate the public about the harmful effects of plastic pollution. These efforts can reduce plastic waste in the environment and help protect marine ecosystem and biodiversity. Lastly, the governments, where the governments can implement stricter laws on plastic usage and improve waste management system to reduce marine pollution. In addition, promoting recycling programs and banning certain single-use plastic can help decrease the amount of plastic waste entering the aquatic ecosystem and strengthening marine lives.
In conclusion, the issue of plastic pollution in the ocean is a serious problem in our country. Even using just one plastic item a day can give a huge negative impact on our marine ecosystem today. Plastic is difficult to biodegrade, and the chemical used in its production can harm marine life by destroying their habitats and contaminating their food sources. When the marine ecosystem is disturbed, many parties are affected, including humans who lost food resources, and the country's economy declines because the beauty of the sea, which attracts tourists, has been destroyed. Therefore, everyone plays an important role in protecting the marine ecosystem. The use of plastic should be controlled to prevent excessive waste from polluting the ocean. Various methods can be carried out to reduce plastic usage, such as recycling. Additionally, the government needs to enforce stricter laws to ensure the sustainability of the marine ecosystem. So, let's together we preserve our marine ecosystem. Small actions such as using reusable bags and saying no to plastic straws can make a big difference for a better future. Let's start now and protect our earth.